Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Today, this is the type of Filipina you can bring to America, just like I did back in 2016. My intent with this video is to help identify the traits of a Filipina that gives a foreigner the best chance of marrying someone who will stay with him, not become Americanized, and not leave him for greener pastures. Please subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea. I want to help men to get married, even considering marrying overseas. Comments are welcome. And this is going to be the second trait of this series. I'm going to do one every video so it doesn't get too long. Type of Filipino you can bring to America. Well, I would say this because, well, this is what I did and it makes sense to me. The kind you can talk to about marriage, the kind of Filipina you can talk to about marriage. If she is in agreement, that is probably a green light. What do I mean by talk about marriage? That is that she won't shy away from questions like, how would you define marriage? Why is it important to get married? Is it okay for two people of the same sex to be married? What do you think of the role of the husband and the wife in marriage? How important is the Bible in marriage? Who makes the decision in the marriage when there is a deadlock? Should you always forgive each other? How important are religious beliefs in marriage? Yeah, and of course you talk about, sex before marriage, and you can talk about sex during marriage too. But when you're really serious about someone, you're going to talk about marriage. And, if they're somebody that you can marry and have a good chance to work out here in the States or somewhere in the West, I think she'd show her interest in marriage by being open and talking about marriage. If she is eager to talk about this, and you can tell she has thought about it before, that's a great sign. However, if she seems put off having to talk about this, then perhaps she isn't ready yet. I suppose a woman could be on a dating site simply to attract attention to herself or to carry on with the foreigners. But if you're like me, looking for a marriage partner, then you're better off chatting with women who like to engage in these kinds of grown-up conversations. It shouldn't make the right person uncomfortable to talk about getting married. I wasn't going thousands of miles just to entertain someone or make them feel good about themselves. When I went 9,800 miles to marry my wife wasn't having anything to do with me if I wasn't going to prove I was serious, which I did by getting over there right away, which it looks like you can do now in the Philippines without needing to be vaccinated. I think that big change may have come out by the time you hear this video. So maybe this Filipina hasn't thought a lot about marriage. Maybe she hasn't, had a lot of guys in her life and could make a good wife someday. You can feel more secure bringing a Filipina to America if she is willing and able to communicate with you about marital things. If she is hesitant to converse with you about things like this, well, maybe she just never has, or maybe she's not really serious about getting married. But if she is hesitant, I don't see the point in marrying her. Comments are welcome. We'll have part 3, another trait coming up on the type of Filipina you can bring to America, coming up on Love Beyond the Sea.